Here we are again in Sandra and Steve
Life After Stroke
talk show. This morning we'll talk about something very interesting. It's about the Botox injection that Steve just had, from Dr. Kirker in Addenbrooke. So stay tuned. Okay, Steve, tell us what happened to your appointment with Dr. Kirker. I understand you had a Botox injection.
About 2 months ago, I won't say 3, but 2 months ago, I went for follow-up in Peterborough. And he said, right, and he see me at my hand, the fingers and all. He said, I've got real stiff again. So he said, I'm gonna let you come back to Addenbrooke for more injections. So last week I went down there. Do you know what they've done, Sandra? They've moved the department.
Okay.
Right, so I had a time I found it and all that. I was 20 minutes early, so I got there, and his first appointment in the afternoon didn't turn up, so I went straight in. So I went straight in, and he was. Tell you what, normally I called Dr Kirker, but he was all right. He's seen me arm. He said that's gone real stiff again, and he'd done the injection. He did the one on the in the elbow. He said that was all right. He did 3 injections. One here, you can't even see it. The one here, the one in my wrist, right. And you know what? 3 days later, it's real sore.
Sore?
Yeah, sore. Yeah, it wasn't sore the last 2 times I had it done. It's real real stiff and sore in the muscles. So I don't know if sometimes it's sore, sometimes it's not. So like it must have done something aggravated a muscle or a nerve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it can become sore, after the injection, because there's trauma from the injection anyway.
So I feel like now the fingers are gone. Instead of going like that, they've gone like that now.
So they become less stiff.
Yeah, so I know I got that on, so you can see just show so they're not going like that. So I'm doing exercise now, picking up stuff and stuff.
Make sure you stretch them, Steve. Really stretch them.
Yeah. So when I'm walking now, I would be walking a little bit better because my wrist ain't going like that. So I'm walking straight. But like I said, I've only done a week. So this is the time now to do all the exercise, do the stretching. I'm doing. I'm picking the weight up and going like that. Over the, going like that from my wrist.
That's good. So, has it done anything to your leg, to your hip? Because you have a problem with your hip as well. You were complaining about that.
Yeah, that's another. I spent about 6 hours on that, Sandra. That's another video, really. But I'm just referred to him for me arm.
Just for your arm.
Yeah. When he sees me walking all right, he said, when he sees me movements, he said, let me see this. He said, I'll try to get injection into my shoulder. All my body, my hip and my shoulder's the worst one. So I said, Doctor, what do you make on the shoulder? And he's, the worst thing I could have done, I lifted it up, and he said, that's the best movement I've seen for a long time. So, you know what I mean? I should really, if I wouldn't have went like that, he probably would have done it. So the only thing I might do, Sandra, I might get a private Botox for my shoulder. Just try it once. Probably not straight away, but probably like I have to go back in a few months' time. But probably between now and when I have to go back, get private. What do you think about private?
Yeah, if you think it's worth a try, because if it works, Steve, then you can go back to Dr. Kirker and say, you know what, I went private, I paid for it personally myself, and it worked. Yeah. So I need you to do this for me as well, because I have experience and it worked.
Yeah. I know it sounds bad, going private, because I've got
but
it all.
This is the same thing as getting the Botox first in your hand, Steve. You went private first, didn't you?
Yeah,
and then because if you just gone to Dr. Kirker for Botox, he would just say straight away, he would just dismiss you. So you don't need Botox. But because you went private, you paid for it, and you told Dr. Kirker, you know what, Dr. Kirker, it worked.
Yeah.
So he's now obliged to do it again because it worked when you went private.
Every time he does it, I can tell by his face he's fuming. He's fuming. He's going like that. He's fuming.
I bet that he can't wait to tell you, Steve, that he can't do it anymore, or something like that, to discharge you.
I'll tell you what he's trying to do, right? When I had the Botox, right? I said to him, "Am I coming back again, Doctor?" He said, "You ain't finished this one yet." You know what I mean? I said, "No." He said, "But normally what happens, Sandro, I'll go to Peterborough in about 4 months' time, and he says to me, and then 4 months from then I'll get another appointment. I had my Botox done in early May. So how many months ago is that? 7 months?
Yeah, something like that.
So I waited 7 months. So Botox was all right for about 3 months, and then it suddenly went back to how it used to be. So I was trying to say to him, can I have an appointment now for next time for Cambridge instead of Peterborough and Cambridge? He said, just phone up my secretary in about May time and then arrange an appointment. I was thinking when he said that, time I phoned her up in May, get an appointment, it's going to be about July time. I said, well, can't you just give me an appointment Oh, go on then. It's like it's giving me the world. You know what I mean? But lucky enough, when I got home, I got an appointment through about 2 days later for April. So I'm going back to get another assessment, not in Peterborough, in Addenbrooke, in April. So I thought, I didn't want to stand up for myself then. So, you know, but go back to just to Renner, what exercises should I be doing now, Sandra? For people who's watching, for the first couple of weeks, what exercises should I be doing? Picking stuff off?
Yeah, as soon as the Botox has kicked in, you will feel some looseness, you know, or less spasticity in your hand, you know, so the hand would be less reactive to, you know, to stretch, you know. Yeah, so it's a good time to really feel how it's like to elongate the muscles in the tendons.
So if I go like that,
stretch, stretch.
So I can.
And practice grabs and release, you know. That is the best time to practice.
Is it good? I've got a Sabo glove.
Yeah, that's the best time to use Sabo gloves because if you are so spastic, if your tone is so high, you know, it's very unlikely you can open your hand, you know. But with the effect of the Botox kicking in, then you can use the Sabo gloves effectively.
So I know I've got a wristband, so let's make it a bit tight. Looking at fingers there, would you say they're loose?
Can you extend? Can you straighten all the fingers? Is that the most you can do, Steve?
I'll tell you what I do because my shoulders hurt because I'm sitting down, right? Everything I do.
But right now, when you are sitting, as you are sitting now, are you able to extend all the fingers like that? Do you think?
No. Because if
I'm
standing
up, make a squeeze, Steve.
Make a fist. I've got all this on, Sandra.
We'll have a look. Make a fist. Yeah, show it here in the camera. Yeah, make a fist and open your hand.
Yeah, but if I'm standing, because everything I do is sitting down, it's very hard to do. If I'm standing up, I'll be able to do it a lot better. But obviously, I can't get out of the car. We'll be moving.
Sometimes it's postural related, you know. Depending on your posture when you do it, you know.
I'll tell you what. Go back to the shoulder again. Every time I do that, my shoulder's going like that, Sandra. So if I Botox my shoulder to release a little bit like the muscle tightness, would that help?
Yeah. Now, you have to remember, Steve, that your affected side, you know, they have like what you call movement synergy, you know, like a mass movement pattern where whatever effort you put in one particular segment of your arm will have an effect on the rest of the other components of your arm, including your shoulder, your elbow, even your whole side, even your leg sometimes. You know,
you hit it straight. When I'm trying to do that, I think I'm working the muscle from the shoulder. I'm going like that. And that's when the tightness goes.
That's called synergy or mass movement pattern. Right. You know, and in therapy,
I need to just go
in therapy,
on the wrist, don't I?
In therapy, that is a part of what you got to overcome. You know, overcome the mass movement pattern. You know, create more isolated movement. You know, so if you can isolate movement, let's say just the elbow without involving the shoulder and the hand. You know. In the movement, that's good, you know, or the hand without involving the elbow and the shoulder, that's good, you know. So do something like that, you know, something that can isolate or can break the mass movement pattern, you know. So when you exercise, Steve, and let's say you do a grasp and release exercise with your hand like that, and you feel like you're involving the elbow and the shoulder too much, now you're not doing the right thing.
Right. So I just want to be going like that.
The effort you put into the hand as you grasp and as you release whatever you're trying to hold, the effort you put in there should not have so much effect on other components of your arm. If you're using other components of your arm to execute a grasp and release, you're doing the wrong thing.
So what do you think, like Dr Kirker, right? So again, my shoulder. Every exercise I do, I can move. I think the thing is, right, I can move my shoulder, but it's real stiff and it's sore. Even when I'm in bed, even now I've got me arm resting on the thing here. My shoulder is the muscles something that's
really stiff.
They're going like that. Why isn't he working on the shoulder? Is it because I can move my shoulder?
No,
it doesn't seem to be...
the pattern of spasticity, Steve. You know, although it's one-sided, you know, affected side, you know, but the pattern of spasticity is actually different for everyone. You know. Normally it's a flexor pattern, you know. This is something common to a lot of people with stroke, but this can be different from other people as well. But the most common pattern of mass movement or spasticity is actual flexor. That means the wrist, the fingers, the elbow to bend, the shoulder to adduct, and to internally rotate. So like that, you know. So like that kind of a pattern, you know. So going against that is the key, you know.
If I didn't do my exercise from day one,
your arm probably like
that. And I say, you see now the camera, you see them.
Yeah, like that. Your arm is like that, you know. And you cannot open your hand. You cannot open.
The way I'm naturally posed now. If I didn't do my exercise, there's no way I'll be able to sit like this, would I?
No.
You know what I mean? I say I'm relaxed here. I'll be like that, wouldn't I?
You know, Steve. You know, like in the NHS, they don't like giving people so much hope because they want to get rid of people. They want to discharge people as soon as they can. You know. So they tell people that there's no way you can improve on that. That's it. You know.
Yeah.
But what they don't know is they can actually prevent worsening of the condition by doing therapy. You know.
I've learned the hard way.
Yeah.
When I go in to see Dr Kirker now for my assessment, I know, and that sounds bad, I know not to do my exercise in the morning. If I go in to see Dr Kirker and my fingers are loose like that, he's going to think I don't need no Botox because I've done about 2 hours of work before I've seen him. Right, so I don't do no exercise now. So when I go see him, my hand's at the worst it possibly can be, or my shoulder, my elbow, and then he sees me. Will he see me on last Thursday? My fingers, Sandra, were like that. He had to prise them open like that. He said, "Oh God, they're real stiff," and he gave me his Botox straight away. It's only because I didn't do no exercise that morning. If I went to see him and and I'm going like that, he wasn't going to give me the Botox, would he?
Now put it this way, Steve. If you did not go for a private Botox the first time before you went to see Dr. Kirker, I tell you now, you won't get that Botox. And the reason why you get that Botox, because you went private.
Yeah.
And then I wrote a letter to him to say that the private Botox has worked, and so the NHS should be carrying out or continuing the treatment.
It wasn't for that letter, Sandro. I think we mentioned it before. He'd have chucked me out, and it wasn't even with that letter. He said, "Well, can I see a video of before and after?" He wanted to see videos. You know what I mean? Then he wanted to a little bit of an argument with him, and he actually done it.
Yeah.
Right, but. And he tried to say, "Oh, I won't do you then. I'll refer you to what was the name of the doctor?
Dr. Anwar.
Yeah. He said, "Do you want to be referred to doctor?" Now, I should have said yes, really, but I thought no. I've seen Dr. Kirker from day one.
Yeah,
said, "I'll see you, doctor. I've seen you for." I should have said no. I'll see doctor because he was a lot better. But just my shoulder, Sandra. Do you think if I had injection in my shoulder, what best do they inject for the shoulder?
First, Steve, we have to identify the muscle group, or the particular muscle that's spastic. What's causing the problem. Once the muscle is identified, it's easy to inject Botox because you cannot just inject Botox everywhere. It has to be on the target muscle that's causing the problem. The spastic muscle for your particular case. That is too spastic, that causing the pain in your shoulder or causing a dysfunction in your shoulder.
So Doctor.
Normally, it's the pectoral. This group of muscles here in the front of the chest. That pulls the arm this way, the shoulder this way.
Tell what, it's hard to judge it. Come sitting down.
But you will have an assessment for that, Steve. And once we identify that muscle group, then we'll recommend Botox on that.
So I'll probably. We'll wait now until after Christmas because I've really had the Botox. I would say probably January time we'll do a video, probably of you assessing me. Then we get Doctor up, depends how much it is. Dr. Anwar will come round to do it. Yeah,
we can do that.
Can we show that on video? No, we'll show that on video, will we? The injection?
The injection?
Yeah, no.
I think so. I think why not,
So we can show that on video.
You can show that on video, how it's done, But I think last time when you had the private Botox, Steve, we have a video of that, didn't we? If you're happy to show that to people, we can do. I
don't remember.
I did a video on that. When Steve had private Botox,
did it have my top off?
No, it's just the arm.
Oh, so I didn't want a video going off. People see my hairy chest.
Don't worry, you won't be naked on the video.
I'll get an XX rating. Yeah.
I think we'll leave it like this, Steve.
And like I said, we do a follow up to it. But
we'll have follow up.
I do want to get Botox on my shoulder, just see what it'd be like. It's a lot. If I release a lot of stress from that shoulder, it might help the whole arm. Because it's at the minute, even now me sitting like that, the whole shoulder's going like that. You know what I mean? I'm so used to the pain now, Sandro. I don't mind it being up there. But if I go up now for about 5 minutes, my shoulder would be even worse. So I just want it done.
Also, it depends on your state of mind, how emotional you are, and your stress, or the physical demand you impose on yourself. So it can the spasticity can actually vary depending on your state of mind and your activity.
I think because I'm not going in to see Dr. Kirker like that. If I went and see Dr. Kirker like that, he's going to think, oh yeah, he needs Botox in the shoulder as well. But
or not only that, Steve, he probably say, oh, regardless of we do Botox or not, you won't get better. So just go home.
Yeah.
Pack up. But
So
anyway,
go back to the Botox on the shoulder. Would that ease the muscle stress?
Yeah, any spastic muscle, Steve, if you inject Botox on it, will become less spastic.
So I only need how much would I only need?
It depends on how big the muscle group is, for a particular pectoral, maybe 200 units of Botox, would do.
Because when Dr Kirker done the one last week, I think he put in 500, didn't he? I know you were similar. He put 500. Is that a lot?
Yeah, it's a lot, but it depends on. I assume it's true 500, but could easily write it does 500. He gave you only 200. We haven't really seen the vial, but that's what he wrote, that he gave you 500.
Yeah, it was only one jar.
Yeah, so we'll see, but
maybe I'll take a video of him doing it next time. He won't mind that, would he?
If you ask for the vial, where the Botox came from, that little tiny bottles, and then show it to me, Steve, so but as long as you don't see anything, probably we just rely on what he said. It's 500.
He told me 1,000, I wouldn't know. But
I think you can only have maximum 500 anyway.
Yeah. And that's why it's a good idea to wait until 3-4 months time and get the injection in my shoulder.
Yeah.
Do you think that's good? Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, I think so. I think it makes sense to wait, until the injection in the arm.
Ease off a bit. Yeah.
I think we'll leave it like this, Steve, because we talked too long already, and probably people will be bored with this conversation. But anyway, thank you very much for listening to us. If you have any comments or there's anything you want to ask us, feel free to make a comments in the description below, and engage with us,
Definitely like to hear somebody who's had Botox in the shoulder.
Yeah, if you have similar problem as Steve or similar situation, please do let us know, Thank you very much, and hopefully we see you again next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.